911, what's your emergency?
Oh my God, please, we need help right now. He's being attacked. Ryan's being attacked by his cheetah.
Sir, I need you to stay calm. What is your location?
Imagine living every day alongside one of the fastest, most powerful predators on Earth, a beautiful but deadly cheetah. Now imagine that same creature turning on you in a terrifying instant in the world of wildlife vlogging. Few stories captured hearts like Ryan Nash is known for his close bond with exotic animals. Ryan shared his life with millions, offering a rare glimpse into the lives of creatures most people only see from afar. But behind the cameras in the viral videos lay a hidden danger. On August 12th, 2023, Ryan's passion turned to tragedy when he was fatally attacked by his own pet cheetah Raja at his private sanctuary in Arizona. Today we dig deep into the untold story of how a beloved wildlife vlogger lost his life to every creature he adored. Before we get started, welcome if you love true animal stories and want to uncover the facts behind these shocking events. Please make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and share this video with others. Your support helps us bring more important stories to light. Ryan Nash was 29 years old and lived just outside Tucson, Arizona, on a sprawling private wildlife sanctuary called Desert Wild Haven. With over 2 million subscribers on his YouTube channel, Ryan was one of the most well-known wildlife vloggers in the world. His videos showcased his rare and close relationships with some of the most majestic and dangerous animals on the planet, especially big cats. Ryan's passion for animal conservation and education was clear in every video. He wasn't just an entertainer. He was deeply committed to raising awareness about the plight of endangered species and the importance of protecting their natural habitats. His followers admired him for his courage and his unique access to animals that most people only dreamed of seeing. Among all the animals he cared for, Raja, a 6-year-old male cheetah, was Ryan's favorite. Raja wasn't just a pet, he was a constant companion, featured in dozens of Ryan's videos, often seen running freely around the sanctuary or resting calmly by Ryan's side. Their bond seemed unbreakable, a testament to Ryan's dedication and knowledge in handling such a wild creature. Desert Wild Haven was a legally registered sanctuary where Ryan kept several exotic animals under strict permits and regulations. The sanctuary spanned over 50 acres of desert terrain, outfitted with custom enclosures designed to mimic natural habitats as closely as possible. Ryan often gave his viewers tours, proudly showing off the spacious habitats and explaining how each animal was cared for. Despite the sanctuary's legal status and Ryan's experience, the risks of living so closely with dangerous wild animals were always present. Yet Ryan's confident, charismatic persona never showed any fear. His fans trusted him and tuned in daily, unaware that this trust was about to be shattered forever. But how did he get this? Raja, Ryan's closest companion. Raja was a 6-year-old male cheetah born in captivity at a wildlife breeding center in South Africa. Ryan acquired Raja when the cheetah was just a year old, bringing him to Desert Wild Haven with the hope of providing a safe and enriching environment. Raja quickly became a star attraction on Ryan's channel, admired for his speed, grace, and seemingly gentle nature. But owning a wild animal like a cheetah came with enormous challenges. Cheetahs are not domesticated pets. They're wild predators with instincts that can be unpredictable and dangerous. Unlike domestic dogs or cats, cheetahs require specialized care, a controlled environment, and constant monitoring of their behavior. Dr. Emily Carter, a big cat specialist and veterinarian who had worked with cheetahs for over 15 years, once said, "Cheetahs are incredibly sensitive animals. While they can form bonds with humans, they remain wild creatures with natural hunting instincts. Any sudden movement or stress can trigger aggressive behavior. Keeping them as pets is risky and requires professional expertise and caution." Ryan's videos often showed Raja in calm moments, resting peacefully next to him, playfully chasing a ball, or stretching in the sun. To viewers, Raja seemed more like a large, affectionate cat than a deadly predator, but those close to the world of exotic animals knew the truth. No matter how well trained a cheetah's power and speed made it inherently dangerous. As Raja grew bigger and stronger, Ryan continued to share their daily interactions, reassuring fans that his care was always top-notch. Yet beneath the surface, tensions were beginning to rise, subtle signs that something was changing in Raja's behavior, unnoticed by many but destined to have tragic consequences. Then what changed? On the morning of August 12, 2023, Ryan Nash arrived at Desert Wild Haven. Shortly after sunrise, the Arizona sun was just beginning to warm the dry desert air, as Ryan prepared for what was supposed to be a routine feeding session with Raja, his beloved cheetah. Like many mornings before, Ryan set up his camera equipment, eager to capture footage for his YouTube channel. His fans were expecting another day of stunning visuals and close interactions with his exotic animals. Ryan moved confidently through the sanctuary, his voice calm, as he narrated his usual preparations. He opened the enclosure gate and called out softly to Raja, who responded by pacing near the feeding area. Everything seemed normal, but beneath the surface something had changed. According to sanctuary staff, Raja had been showing subtle signs of agitation over the previous week. Restlessness and occasional growling, which Ryan attributed to the heat and natural mood swings at approximately 15 a.m. As Ryan reached into the enclosure with a piece of meat, the unthinkable happened. Eyewitnesses later described hearing a sudden blood-curdling scream followed by panic-stricken shouts. Sanctuary worker Lisa Morgan, who was tending to another enclosure nearby, rushed toward the commotion. "I saw Ryan lying on the ground and Raja was on top of him." Lisa recalled the cheetah's body was tense, and it seemed like Raja was attacking without hesitation. "I screamed for help and tried to distract Raja by throwing objects, but the animal didn't back down." Lisa and other staff members quickly tried to intervene, banging on the enclosure walls and shouting to get Raja's attention. They also called 911 immediately. The atmosphere was chaotic. The normally peaceful sanctuary had turned into a scene of horror within minutes. Police and emergency medical teams arrived at Desert Wild Haven. Officers carefully approached the enclosure, assessing the dangerous situation. Animal control specialists were called in to tranquilize Raja and secure the area. The sanctuary was immediately shut down pending investigation. Friends, family, and fans of Ryan were left in shock, struggling to understand how a man so experienced and passionate about wildlife could suffer such a tragic fate at the hands of the very animal he loved. This devastating event sent shockwaves through the exotic pet and wildlife communities worldwide, sparking urgent questions about safety, animal behavior, and the risk of living closely with wild predators. When first responders arrived at Desert Wild Haven just minutes after the attack, they were met with a scene of urgent chaos. Paramedics found Ryan Nash lying motionless on the dusty ground of the cheetah enclosure, his body battered and covered in deep wounds. His breathing was hollow, and it was clear that he had suffered severe trauma from the attack. Paramedic James Holloway, one of the first on scene, later described the grim reality they faced. Ryan's injuries were unlike anything I'd seen before. There was massive bleeding and trauma consistent with multiple deep bites and scratches. We immediately began life-saving measures, applying pressure to wounds, administering oxygen, and trying to stabilize him for transport. Despite their rapid and skilled intervention, it soon became apparent that Ryan's injuries were too critical. After a tense few moments, the medical team was forced to declare him dead at the sanctuary at approximately 8:45 a.m. The news hit the responders hard. Officer Sarah Mendoza, who helped secure the scene, recalled, "It was heartbreaking. Ryan was known in the community, people respected his work, and his passion for animals. To see such a tragedy unfold right before our eyes was devastating. Within hours, Ryan's family released a statement expressing their grief. His mother, Karen Nash, said, "Ryan was more than just a wildlife vlogger. He was a kind, caring soul who dedicated his life to protecting animals and educating others. We are heartbroken and ask for privacy as we mourn this unimaginable loss." The sanctuary itself was left silent and empty, where laughter and the sounds of animals once filled the air. Now only silence remained. Desert Wild Haven was closed indefinitely, and authorities began a full investigation into the circumstances surrounding the attack. The local community, along with fans from around the world, shared their shock and sorrow online. Social media flooded with tributes, videos of Ryan's best moments, and calls for greater awareness about the dangers of keeping wild animals as pets. Ryan Nash's tragic death became a stark reminder of the unpredictable power of nature and the thin line between passion and peril. In the world of exotic animal care, following the tragic death of Ryan Nash, the Pima County Sheriff's Department launched a full-scale investigation to determine exactly what had caused the fatal attack at Desert Wild Haven. Officers and animal control officials arrived promptly to secure the sanctuary, collect evidence, and interview witnesses, including sanctuary staff and neighbors. The official animal control report revealed that while Desert Wild Haven was properly licensed under Arizona state law to keep exotic animals, including big cats, there were questions about how closely safety protocols were followed during Ryan's handling of Raja. Investigators noted that the enclosure had multiple access points, but the gate Ryan used during the feeding session was not equipped with secondary barriers or safety locks, which could have prevented direct contact in case of aggression. Several staff members reported that Raja had shown signs of unusual agitation in the days leading up to the attack, pacing, restlessly growling more frequently, and displaying a lowered tolerance for close human interaction. However, Ryan had reassured his team and his audience that Raja's behavior was within normal limits and that the cheetah was well cared for. Animal behavior experts consulted during the investigation suggested several possible triggers that might have led to Raja's sudden aggression. Dr. Emily Cartera, renowned big cat specialist, explained, "Cheers are solitary predators with natural instincts that can flare unpredictably, especially if they feel threatened or cornered. Even minor changes in environment, health issues, or disruptions in routine can provoke defensive or aggressive reactions." Another possibility raised was that Raja might have been startled during the feeding. The report indicated that Ryan reached in with his hand, while Raja was focused on the food. A moment when any unexpected movement can cause a wild animal to react instinctively. The lack of a physical barrier between Ryan and Raja during feeding increased the risk of close contact with potentially dangerous outcomes legally. Arizona allows private ownership of exotic animals like cheetahs, but the laws are complex and require strict permits, regular inspections, and adherence to safety standards designed to protect both animals and humans. Some critics argued that these regulations were not stringent enough to prevent tragedies. Like this one, the Arizona Game and Fish Department stated they would review existing policies in light of the incident to determine if tighter controls were necessary. The investigation also explored whether Ryan's high-profile public videos, which often showed close interaction with Raja, might have influenced his risk-taking behavior. Experts in animal psychology suggested that the pressure to maintain viewer engagement and create exciting content can sometimes lead owners to push boundaries, unknowingly increasing danger. As the investigation wrapped up, the official conclusion was that while no criminal negligence was found, the attack was a tragic outcome of the inherent risks of keeping wild animals in captivity in close proximity to humans. The report recommended enhanced safety measures, including double-gate entry systems, increased supervision during feedings, and mandatory emergency training. For sanctuary staff, this devastating event sparked a wider conversation about exotic pet ownership, nationwide challenging laws, ethics, and the balance between human fascination and animal welfare. The days following the tragic death of Ryan Nash, the online world was flooded with an outpouring of grief, disbelief, and heated debate. Ryan's 2 million followers, who had followed his wildlife adventures closely for years, struggled to come to terms with the loss of someone they had come to admire and trust. Social media platforms lit up with tributes, heartfelt messages, and clips from Ryan's most memorable videos on hashtags like #Remember Ryan Nash and #wildlife vlogger tribute trended nationally, with fans sharing their favorite moments. From his channel, videos showing Ryan's gentle interactions with Raja, the cheetah, his educational talks about big cat conservation, and his passionate calls for wildlife protection. Many expressed deep sadness, mourning not just the man but the loss of a unique voice dedicated to wildlife education. Fellow wildlife vloggers and animal trainers also spoke out. Jessica Moreno, a popular big cat trainer with over 500,000 subscribers, posted a tearful message. Ryan was a brother in this crazy world of exotic animals. His death is a tragic reminder that no matter how much experience you have, these animals are wild and must be respected with caution. Others echoed her sentiments, emphasizing the dangers of close contact with wild predators, even for the most seasoned professionals. At the same time, the tragedy sparked intense debates across forums and comment sections. Some viewers argued that Ryan's passion and education efforts should be celebrated and remembered, while others criticized the practice of keeping wild animals as pets for entertainment purposes. Ethical questions were raised about whether social media-driven exotic pet ownership encourage risky behavior and glamorized dangerous animals. Many animal welfare organizations joined the conversation, urging stronger regulations and advocating for sanctuaries over private ownership. The Humane Wildlife Alliance released a statement saying, "Ryan Nash's death underscores the urgent need to think how exotic animals are kept and handled. We must prioritize safety for humans and animals alike and promote a responsible wildlife stewardship." Memorials began to appear online, including a virtual tribute created by fans featuring Ryan's best clips and messages from those whose lives he touched. Additionally, a GoFundMe campaign was launched to support Ryan's family and fund a wildlife conservation scholarship in his name. Through the tragedy, Ryan's legacy sparked awareness and reflection. His story became a cautionary tale shared widely among the wildlife community, a powerful reminder of the risks involved when passion meets the unpredictable nature of wild animals. Ryan Nash's story is more than a tragic ending. It's a legacy that continues to influence the world of wildlife conservation and exotic animal care throughout his life. Ryan used his platform not just to showcase the beauty and power of big cats like Raja, but to educate millions about the importance of protecting endangered species and preserving their natural habitats. From his private sanctuary near Tucson, Arizona, Ryan regularly shared detailed insights on cheetah behavior, their role in ecosystems, and the urgent need to support conservation programs across Africa. His efforts helped raise significant awareness and funding for wildlife preservation, inspiring countless fans to get involved in animal protection causes. However, the devastating attack that claimed his life sent shockwaves through the exotic pet community, igniting serious conversations about the risks of keeping wild animals as pets, especially in the age of social media, where content creators often push boundaries for views and engagement. In response, several wildlife organizations and sanctuaries began advocating for stricter regulations and enhanced safety protocols. Dr. Emily Carter, a leading big cat specialist, emphasized Ryan's story is a powerful cautionary tale. While passion for wildlife is commendable, it must be paired with respect for the animals, nature, and strict adherence to safety measures. Wild animals are unpredictable, and the line between care and danger is razor thin. Ryan's family also shared heartfelt reflections on his passion and the lessons learned from his loss. His sister Megan Nash stated Ryan loved animals with all his heart. He wanted to make a difference, and he did. But we hope his story serves as a warning to others to treat these animals with the respect they deserve and to never underestimate the risks involved. Friends and fellow wildlife advocates have since launched initiatives to promote safer wildlife interaction education, offering workshops on resources for exotic pet owners and enthusiasts. Ryan's name is now synonymous with both dedication and caution. In the field, though, his life was tragically cut short. Ryan Nash's impact endures, reminding us all of the delicate balance between human curiosity and the wildness of nature, and inspiring a safer, more responsible approach to the creatures we admire. As we reflect on the heartbreaking story of Ryan Nash and his beloved cheetah Raja, we are reminded of the unpredictable power of wild animals, even those raised in captivity. Ryan's passion for wildlife and conservation touched millions, but his tragic death serves as a sobering warning. Owning and interacting with exotic pets carry serious risks that demand respect, caution, and responsibility. This story urges all of us to think carefully about how we engage with wildlife, whether as caretakers, enthusiasts, or viewers, and to prioritize safety for both humans and animals alike. If you found this video eye-opening, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our upcoming stories. We want to hear from you. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. What do you think should change about exotic pet ownership? Have you ever encountered a wild animal up close? Stay tuned for our next video, where we'll dive into another shocking story from the world of animal encounters. Thank you for watching. And remember, respect the wild, stay safe, and protect the animals we cherish.